So, going carbon negative, world is preparing to revert the effects of climate change and rise in Earth's temperature through absorbing excess carbon dioxide from the air and put it back in Earth. Let's look at methods and improvements made to meet the world's energy and fuel requirement. We stated that using fossil fuels like coal, oil, gas from Earth to meet energy demand and released all carbon dioxide in the air. Next, we used fossils with the same technology to harness the energy, but we capture a part of the released carbon dioxide at the point of production and put it back in the soil through the method of carbon sequestration. With the method of renewable energy, which is the green method, the degradation of fossils as well as carbon dioxide released is reduced to zero, making it a carbon neutral method. Today, most recent developments are based on utilizing excess carbon dioxide from the atmosphere by capturing it and producing bioenergy, carbon storage, and sequestration. Since such energy plants are run from renewable energy, it makes the whole process carbon negative, as there is net carbon dioxide absorption from the atmosphere instead of a net carbon dioxide release. So, coming to an estimate of how much excess carbon dioxide we need to remove from the atmosphere to reach at least 300 parts per million, while currently it is over 400 parts per million, is around 1.300,000 million tons of carbon dioxide. If we aim to remove it by next 5 years, we have to remove around 260,000 million tons of carbon dioxide annually. Here is a data to carbon dioxide emissions in year 2017. Total emission was 36.2 billion tons, of which 53% was from Asia and 18% from North America and 17% from European Union. Biggest contributors to carbon dioxide are countries with big economies, high GDP, and fast urban development. While the country's growth is based on GDP, it ignores the fact that development is not sustainable. Contrasting to the situation is one carbon negative country, Bhutan. With 72% forest coverage in this nation, the overall carbon production has been nullified. Bhutan produces around 1.5 million tons of carbon every year, but because of the immense greenery, more than 6 million tons of carbon is absorbed. Back to the question, how to achieve negative carbon? It can be achieved by reduction, replace, and removal of carbon. Significant reduction in carbon dioxide released in air by mindful and restricted use of fossils to produce energy or fuel. Easiest and the basic way is afforestation, as trees can absorb carbon dioxide. Some countries have introduced low carbon policies to regulate carbon emission from industries, and carbon tax, which is later invested in the development of carbon dioxide absorption research and installation. Next is through replacing. Adoption of renewable resources of energy to replace fossil-based production. Use zero carbon fuel made from the carbon capture technology, using alternate eco-friendly material for manufacturing daily use construction. The best example is replacing concrete buildings with the timber structure. Last and the most critical to today's scenario is the direct removal of carbon dioxide from the air. These are the methods that have proved to remove thousands of tons of carbon dioxide annually from a single facility. Technology used are bioenergy with carbon capture and storage, biochar, pyrolysis, enhanced weathering, ocean fertilization, carbon dioxide air capture through DAC. Although these facilities are yet limited, but many countries have already prepared installation of carbon capture facilities. Here is a map with red dots showing all carbon capture plants in operation and the blue dots showing in development phase. It is encouraged for more and more countries to adopt and invest in carbon reduction. While we as humans do have an answer for every problem, but we seldom ignore the long-term implications, sustainability of nature should always be our priority.